Hi everybody and welcome to Des and Lauren. This morning we'll be discussing traffic fines and the new AARTO system, AARTO.
Well, AARTO has been allowed by the Concord, said it needs to remain in place, and there's someone that's really sucking up to AARTO in this article that we're covering. This person was interviewed on Cape Talk, and I'm laughing because we just spoke about a 16-year-old that was caught driving a taxi filled with pupils.
A minibus filled with pupils.
Minibus, yes. And the headline for this article speaks to the fact that 80% of South Africans have never paid their traffic fines, which tells you that it cannot work because the public just says stuff that we're not interested in spending on traffic fines, and the public in the end has the final say, not the government.
Yes, I can't remember in which video we said, but we need to become ungovernable as individuals, not the country. The state itself needs to remain stable, but people need to be and remain ungovernable because that's the only thing that's going to get rid of this tyrannical rule hanging over us and trying to get stronger and stronger.
Well, let's dive into this article. It's a very short one. Stay with us to see that there's companies that are benefiting from this, so they're promoting this AARTO Act. They believe, obviously, besides the money they'll be making, training people on it, because it's that complex, where a demerit system is put in place. So we're becoming like China now. I don't know how you feel about this. Tell us in the comments.
Those with a certain medical aid are already living like China with their credit score. But anyway, topic for another day.
Yes, absolutely. Let's get into the article.
The days of ignoring your traffic fines are coming to an end soon under the AARTO Act, warns traffic experts. And this was on Cape Talk. Lester Kivit speaks to Doug Warren of SASMint, which provides training on AARTO and traffic law, who is a supporter of the AARTO Act.
Well, he absolutely needed that Concord ruling, otherwise they were screwed, right?
Well, they have a business out of it.
They have a
Wonderful.
business, yeah, exactly.
If you had to lose your license today, how would you get to work? What a stupid question, because I'm sure most people would drive without their license.
Yes, exactly. So this is a question that Lester Kivit asked, and he's probably convinced of that people would just get in their car and drive.
That's exactly
what's going to happen.
That was a question posed to Good Morning Cape Town host Lester Kivit by Doug Warren of SASMint on Tuesday morning. SASMint provides training on AARTO and traffic law, and Warren says the new legislation will improve safety on the roads. I'm not so sure.
Does he know he's living in South Africa? Where does this guy come from?
I don't know. It's annoying.
He lives in some la la land.
But here again is government or agency saying we'll protect your life for you. You don't have to be responsible.
No.
You don't have
and we'll make lots of money in the process.
Do you realize in the systems that we live in, it's basically gets rid of common sense.
Yeah,
because you don't think for yourself. In the past, and especially if you look around just child safety and everything, you have to have common sense to survive. And now that's lost because of micromanagement by parents, by teachers, and by society at large. Just like this. Governments especially, that drive that. The micromanagement of its citizens. The Administrative Adjudication of Road Traffic Offences Act made provision for the controversial Demerit system that could ultimately strip repeat offenders of their driving licenses. And this to me, and this is why I'm bringing kids into it. We are all trained from a young age to submit to authority. Authority is usually our parents and our teachers and the principal and some religious leaders maybe. And then as we get older, our authorities are bosses and our superiors and government. And we just slip into this haze of being, just allowing them to have control over us, when in fact this is absolute nonsense and we should just ignore it completely.
And our constitution allows this nonsense.
Well, here it says, recently the Constitutional Court ruled the act should remain in place.
So it was challenged and the Concord ruled it should remain in place. And people that think our constitution is heaven on earth, think again. It is absolutely set up to take our freedoms away and put more control in the hands of government. So our constitution has many Trojan horses built into it, and that's why it needs to be changed.
Since 2008, SASMint has been helping companies develop regularity with the Act. Warren says he believes the driving force behind the Act will be the companies themselves. In the case of unroadworthy vehicles driven by employees, Warren says both the employer and the employee will be penalized.
So the poor oak driving the unroadworthy truck is also going to get nailed, besides just the company.
And this ends with saying, you must remember, more than 80% of traffic fines in South Africa have never been paid. AARTO changes that, says Warren. Now,
Wow, is he some authority on who's going to pay their traffic fines? Come on, man.
how sweet. I won't ask you to comment.
The guy's an idiot. No, he's an ignoramus. He absolutely has no idea what's happening on the ground.
No. Anyway.
He doesn't understand how democracy works either.
It's just an example of how people are trying to capitalize off the country's failure and the country's stupid laws.
This guy. No, come on. Okay, yeah. So AARTO is going to get the 80% that hasn't paid their fines to pay their fines now. And the DA-run City of Cape Town is a great example, where they say they now have this tech that they're rolling out to identify your license plates, and they're arresting people left, right and center, and they're trying to get like 160,000 rand for one person, 300,000 rand out of another person, a person that lives in an informal settlement. Okay, they want to get that amount of money out of these people, and they say now we will get our money from all the fines that have been issued to them. Come on.
Even speaking about jail time, and it is just to me mind-boggling that can be a criminal offense in this country.
They must try this and carry on with this and see what will burn, because that's what's going to happen. If they want their buildings like razed to the ground, they must carry on with this twak. Because in South Africa, the people are different. And history tells us what people do when government intrudes into their lives like this. You know, it's a car being driven down the road. If someone is reckless, I believe they need to be apprehended, sorted out, etc. Goed uitgesort, oriëntering. You know, if you want to drive on the tar or on a dirt road and drive like an idiot, you need to be sorted out. But this is a money-making racket, Lauren. And I have a huge problem with that. This is about money. This is not about getting people to change how they drive.
Yes.
How does a fine do that?
Or the demerit system.
Or the demerit system. Now you're going to lose your driver's license. Now you're going to drive without a license. That's all.
And I think it's sad. I think the more government feels it's losing control, the more it will try and control people. Mm-hmm. And I look forward to the day where we have a completely different system, where these things, these juvenile practices are no longer implemented. It's really an insult to every citizen out there.
Well, if you had to run for president, would you just remove all of this twak? What would you do?
I can't say, because I'm not running for president.
Yeah, well, neither am I. But I mean, if I had to run for president in a new system, okay, in a direct election system, I mean, there's so many things that'll vie. The first thing that'll vie is all these cameras on the poles. They'll be vying. Like, I'll have a 1 week smash the camera poles down week. And it'll be legal because it'll be put into law. Somehow we will get rid of this rubbish, and we'll have people with their trucks going out, ripping the poles down. And we'll get the public involved because it'll be a fun thing to do.
It'll be amazing.
Yeah, just having people absolutely free to move around without government watching you. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's absolutely atrocious that this is the case. If you want to protect your own private property, absolutely do so. Use technology. I'm not against technology. Technology is awesome. But our government now is putting a demerit system in place. Do not think that this is different to what is happening in China, Russia, America, all over Europe and many other places. This is tying up to Agenda 2030, Agenda 21 for the 21st century, the UN Sustainable Development Goals, controlling people.
It reminds me, and I've said this before somewhere, it reminds me of that Santa Claus song. You better not shout, what? You better watch out, you better not shout, Santa Claus is coming to town. He knows if you've been good or bad.
Cry, yeah.
So be good for goodness sake.
Yes.
I mean, we've been brainwashed forever, all of us, to just comply with authority. And it's time we wake up from that and stop.
Yes, become the ungovernables. Yes. I can see it on a t-shirt already.
Yes.
So please look out for our Omega workshops that will start. We will be rolling that out in September. We will start the process for the people applying for that. They'll be for free. So please look out for that. Omega is there to stop this nonsense, to give you the information that you need to be your own government first. In other words, be ungovernable. We need to be the government first.
Absolutely. And that's it's going to take a lot of mindset shifting across the populace. And being ungovernable does not mean being a wreck or being reckless or being irresponsible.
It in fact means the opposite. Because at the moment, people put all the responsibility on government. It means that you do need to be responsible. Yeah, that's the change.
It's a lot of hard work, and I pose the question rhetorically again: how much work are you willing to do to be free?
Absolutely. Thanks for watching this video. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. Click the bell icon. Go and follow us on Telegram. You will find the link in the description below this video, as well as the link to this article. And share this with your friends and family. Bye everyone.